Hello and welcome back to Crypto Saving Experts, where we talk about the latest cryptocurrency news and take a look at the markets so that we all know exactly what is happening. My name is Jess and we do these live streams every single weekday. So if you are new here, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button. Let's get straight into today's prices this morning. Bitcoin has seen a pretty nice move to the upside, once again attacking that level of resistance. So let's talk about that. Bitcoin is currently up $31,050 after we did see its daily candle closing above our level of resistance, up only 1.26%. But in terms of what's happening on the chart right now, this is a significant move there. We will be analyzing the price of Bitcoin at the end of today's stream, so make sure to stay tuned. We also have Ethereum down slightly, down 0.26%. We will be comparing Ethereum to Bitcoin today. We did see a big bounce on that chart. Ethereum really started to outperform Bitcoin over the weekend, but now we've seen this breakout for Bitcoin. Will that change? We will be covering that at the end of today's stream. Now, Ethereum is sat at $1,957, so it's not a bad price to be at. Let's continue with today's cryptocurrency news and see what else is going on here. Let me check in with the chat. Hello everybody for tuning in once again. Thank you very much for tuning in again. As I said, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button. Let's take a look at the first piece of cryptocurrency news we have here today. So we are discussing the SEC dismissing the rumor that Gary Gensler will resign as chairman. Now, a very small cryptocurrency news outlet published an article later last week that alleged that Gary Gensler was stepping down from chairman of the SEC due to some internal investigations. Now, it turns out that that article was created by AI, posted, and then caused all of these rumors to circulate on cryptocurrency Twitter. None of it was true, but the rumors circulated so much that the SEC had to actually step in and say, look, this isn't happening. As much as you all want it to happen, it is not happening. So unfortunately, we are still seeing Gary Gensler as the chairman of the SEC for the time being. Whether that will change, we will have to wait and find out. We did see a draft bill at the start of this year stating that we should remove the chairman from the SEC, instead have a board of people at the top there that can vote on decisions. That is something that I am personally very much in favour for. Another point in that draft bill was that previous chairman of the SEC could not be in that board, and that is something I can definitely be on board of. Keeping a close eye on this, will Gary Gensler be chairman of the SEC by the end of the year? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd be interested to know that, because it seems like it's a turbulent time and things are changing quickly right now. Let's see what's going on in the next article here. We have Blackrock files paperwork for spot Bitcoin ETF. So following the news that Blackrock filed for a spot Bitcoin ETF, which is essentially an exchange traded fund. It's a fund that tracks the price of spot Bitcoin, so it fluctuates with the price of Bitcoin, and it allows traditional investors to get access and exposure to the cryptocurrency industry. So BlackRock will purchase a huge amount of Bitcoin, store them somewhere safely, and then, I say safely, we'll come back to that in a second, and then traditional investors can get exposure to Bitcoin by investing in this exchange-traded fund without having to worry about self-custody and how to sign up to cryptocurrency exchanges. Now, there are many benefits to that. It brings a huge amount of adoption into the space. It means that companies like BlackRock have to purchase a huge amount of Bitcoin, and it means that more people will start researching the cryptocurrency market, and it will just be validated a little bit more in a sense, because people will look at it and say, look, if the big institutions are wanting to start get involved in that industry, maybe we should be actually taking a look at this industry instead of just ignoring it. So what we are seeing there is massive steps forwards for Bitcoin, in my opinion. But the issue we have there, obviously, is that we come to cryptocurrency for self-custody. People are using exchange-traded funds, are not storing their funds as safe as it could be. So potentially, we may see people investing into these ETFs, educating themselves a little bit more on cryptocurrency, understanding the value of self-custody, and then entering the markets. But either way, I see this as a massive driver for adoption, and that is very, very important for us here in the industry, especially at this point in time. The industry has grown so much over the the last 12 years. But right now, we are just on the peak, on the border of seeing that mass adoption there. And now we've seen these institutions want to get involved in the space. We've seen the EDX exchange launch, which we will be talking about in just a second. We are seeing massive institutions entering the markets. And this isn't something that they would have been planning overnight. This is something they've been planning for months. So this is a significant change in the industry that's only just really come to light what they've been doing behind the scenes there. So it's very exciting time for the cryptocurrency space right now, and I hope everybody understands the importance of this. It could rapidly change the space of cryptocurrency and change the prices of cryptocurrency. So I'm definitely preparing myself for that and getting very excited about this. We will be talking about the price of Bitcoin at the end of today's stream, analyzing the price, taking a look at what's going on with that previous level of resistance, which we have just broken through, the one we've been waiting to break through for a while here. So we will be discussing that today. Please don't forget, if you have not already, to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button, and make sure to tune in every single weekday. We do these live streams between 11 and 12 BST time. So make sure to tune in every single day to stay up to date with what's going on in crypto. We've got more exciting news coming here. So we have the SEC pushes back against Fidelity BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF filings. We saw this news at the end of last week there. So we did see the US SEC push back against the filings from big institutions like BlackRock. Now, that wasn't the SEC saying that it could never happen. What they've said is, it's important to note that the SEC is not saying the proposed provisions to meet the 1933 Securities and Exchange Act are inadequate, but that the filing in themselves are inadequate, being not clear and comprehensive. In short, the SEC needs more descriptive detail about the proposed provisions to be able to make a judgment. Now, we have actually previously seen BlackRock file for over 500 ETFs in its time, and only one of those applications have been rejected. So we have seen BlackRock make this amendment to its filing, providing more detail, and refile for a spot Bitcoin ETF there. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we will see some more progression with this within the next couple of days. It's pretty exciting to see all this taking place. As I have just said, we could be on the brink of something very, very exciting, but we need to continue to see how this plays out, see how long it takes the SEC to reach a decision on this. As I said, them pushing back like this is probably something that we should have expected. When we're looking at this, the SEC has given every other applicator for a spot Bitcoin ETF a rejection. So they can't just accept BlackRock without questioning anything. I mean, it wouldn't look good. So they can try their best to look like they are doing rigorous checks before accepting this application. But in my opinion, I expect there's a high probability that that is accepted. It's not definite, and we do all have to wait and see. But we will be keeping a close eye on that, because the day that gets accepted could be a very, very good day. And we will be streaming everything that happens in the future of crypto here on these live streams. We've been doing daily live streams on the channel for around 7-8 months now. Every single weekday, we have never missed a day. We are never going to miss a day. We are going to keep you up to date with the latest cryptocurrency news, whether you like it or not. Please make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button. We are trying to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year over on YouTube. So if you are following on Twitter, please come over to YouTube and give us a follow. We would greatly appreciate it. Let's take a look at what is going on elsewhere in the cryptocurrency news this morning. So we have crypto exchange backed by Fidelity, Schwab, and Citadel launches with additional investors. Now, this was a couple of weeks ago, but I would just like to talk about this in a little bit more detail. What we've seen here is a cryptocurrency exchange launch and be backed by Wall Street giants. Now, we saw this in the same week. This launched in the same week that BlackRock filed for a spot Bitcoin ETF, and then was followed by 4 other major institutions. So what we're seeing here is all the major institutions racing into cryptocurrency. It's like BlackRock opened the floodgates, and now every single one of them is trying to get involved in the cryptocurrency space right now. And what I would like to say again is that this isn't something that's planned overnight. This has been in the pipeline for months, and they've been researching and building all of this infrastructure ready for launch. So it's very exciting to see that we've been pushing for the cryptocurrency space to grow for years, and it's not been falling on deaf ears. They've been paying paying attention to the industry. And now I believe with these institutions wanting to get involved in the cryptocurrency space, it's giving those people that think cryptocurrency is a scam, they're looking at the industry again, and they're looking at it in a different light this time. It has given the industry some credibility in a sense. So we will be keeping a close eye on this story. Please don't forget, if you have not already, to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button. Yesterday's video was one of our best videos yet, so let's try and beat that today and get even more views if possible. To do that, we need your help. We need you to engage with the video as much as possible. Like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, share to Twitter, share to every social media platform you have. Help us grow the channel here as quick as possible. Let's see what else is going on in the crypto markets. Next, we have the number of Bitcoin wallets that hold 1 Bitcoin or more has surpassed 1 million. So 1 million wallets have been dollar cost averaging in until they've managed to reach that full coiner status. I wonder if any of you guys are in that club. If you are, make sure to give the video a like, and congratulations for being a part of the cryptocurrency journey. It's very exciting, point that. Let's see what else is going on here. So we have Coinbase versus the SEC. What are the allegations? Now, we know the charges filed against Coinbase a couple of months ago really surround the idea of whether cryptocurrency and digital assets are securities or commodities. We talk about that a lot on the channel. What we're seeing here is a lot of the allegations are stating that specific tokens on the Coinbase exchange are securities. If you want to learn a little bit more about this, if you've not been joining in those streams where we've done a deep dive on this, make sure to check out the link I've just dropped in today's stream, which will lead you to this article. But essentially, Coinbase have said, we are not offering unregistered securities, and we're not going to unlist any of the tokens that you have labeled as security unless you provide some framework so we can understand and we get some clarity about regulation in the space. Very strong move there from Coinbase, something that other trading platforms have not held such a strong position on. We've seen eToro, we've seen Revolut, and we've seen Robinhood delist Solana, Matic, and Cardano in the last couple of weeks. Now, these are all major cryptocurrencies, but since they were listed as securities in the filings against Coinbase and Binance US by the SEC, they've taken the stance that they don't want to be in the firing line from the SEC, and they're trying to protect themselves from that at all costs. So Coinbase are holding strong here. I like to see Coinbase holding strong. I believe what Brian Armstrong has been doing in the last couple of years to push the cryptocurrency industry forwards in terms of regulation has made massive improvements to the cryptocurrency space and has put us in the right direction. He's led the industry against the SEC to try and improve transparency on regulation. Although we don't have that, we are a few steps forwards because of that man. Let's see what's going on here. Jason Smith said less than 300 days till next Bitcoin halving. I'm excited. Yes, me too. 298 days, something like this. Obviously, the estimation fluctuates a little bit. Every 10 minutes, there's a new Bitcoin block. Every 210,000 blocks, there's a new Bitcoin halving. I'm excited to see where this goes. We are going to be analysing the price of Bitcoin at the end of today's stream. We'll take a look at the chart. We'll see the levels of support and resistance, and we'll see what could be in store for the next couple of weeks. Jerome said, didn't do that for XRP. No, it did not. Coinbase actually delisted XRP when the lawsuit between Ripple and the SEC began. Now, they've decided they're not taking that stance anymore. So will they relaunch or relist XRP on the exchange? We'll have to wait and see for that. That would be an interesting move there, and I expect that would be a positive thing for XRP holders. Let's see what else is going on in today's cryptocurrency news. Here we are, as I've just said, Revolut have joined the list of trading platforms that have delisted Solana, Matic, and Cardano. We've seen eToro do the same, and we have seen Robinhood do the same earlier in June. Let's take a look at what else is going on in today's cryptocurrency news here, and then we'll get on to trading. Oh, well, we won't trade. We'll analyze the price of Bitcoin. Please make sure, if you haven't already, to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button, and make sure to tune in every single weekday where we talk about the latest cryptocurrency news. And if you are new to crypto or you want to stay up to date with crypto but you just don't feel like you have the time, make sure to tune in. You can stay up to date with the cryptocurrency news all within half an hour, and make sure to share the stream with your friends as well. Let's see what else is going on here. Singapore orders crypto exchange keep clients' assets in a trust before the year's end. So the MAS also plans to ban exchanges from offering crypto lending and staking to retail investors. What we have here is the Monetary Authority of Singapore on Monday published new investor protection measures, ordering crypto service providers to keep all customers' assets in a statutory trust before the year's end. Now, what we are seeing in terms of regulation here is centralized cryptocurrency platforms are being regulated. We massively use these, a lot of us massively use these as fiat on and off ramps. Newcomers into the space tend to use other features as well, and most people that use these services. But if you're in the space for a while and you have the time to research how to do all of these things on chain, a lot of people do choose to do so. So staking on chain is seen as preferable over staking through a centralized exchange. All of these restrictions are put on the centralized exchanges and the cryptocurrency companies rather than interacting with the blockchain. So it's not too much of a concern there. It's just regulating the central exchanges and centralized cryptocurrency platforms to make sure that their users are safe over in Singapore. Let's see what else is going on in today's news here. Before we forget, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification button, and make sure to tune into these live streams every single weekday. We talk about what's going on in the cryptocurrency news, and at the end of today's stream, we will be analyzing the price of Bitcoin as well. If you've just tuned in, make sure to rewind and start this one from the beginning as well. Let's see what else is going on here. Crypto market records second week of inflows totaling $125 million. So crypto funds have recorded 2 consecutive weeks of inflows totaling $334 million. I love all the images they put on these articles, by the way, Crypto Saving Expert. They're all generated by Midjourney, and they just give the articles a little bit different. I don't think there's many other news outlets that use AI for their images, and it's pretty cool to see them, how they generate all of these different ones. Anyway, it's completely off the topic there. Let's come back to crypto here. The latest digital asset fund flows weekly report shows that investors are still betting big on the Bitcoin bull market. Now, obviously, a lot of people are getting excited following the institutions filing for spot Bitcoin ETFs, and I don't blame them, to be honest. That's something that I've been very excited about as well, so we will be keeping a close eye on that. If you want to see more of this article, make sure to go to cryptosavingexpert.com. I will drop the link in today's stream. Let's take a look at what else is going on here. So Azuki DAO hacked as it pursues recovery of $39 million from Azuki founder. So Azuki's been in the headlines a lot recently. They've not had the best of months, we should say. First of all, they released a new collection of NFTs, which were very, very similar to the original collection for a fraction of the price. And when I say very similar, I mean very, very similar. Let's see if we have the apology tweet from Azuki here on the Twitter. Now, this is Azuki DAO. If we go to Azuki here and take a look at what they have said, they have actually had to apologize for the second collection launch because of how similar the tokens were to the real collection. We can see here some similarities. I mean, there's some similarities even closer to this. So let's find the tweets. I mean, I'm sure they're not going to have shared them on their own page. But they did post an apology. Here we go. Azuki, it's always both challenging and exciting opening up the gates of the garden. This time we missed the mark. So they launched some NFTs, and they were very, very, very similar to the original collection for a fraction of the price. The original collection holders were a bit miffed that they'd spent so much money on something that they were just going to launch a second collection the same. The people that were interested in the second collection were no longer interested, and the floor price of the tokens dropped massively. I mean, essentially, they just kind of diluted the supply of the original collection in a sense. It's caused a lot of problems for them. And now we have seen that while they were trying to recover $39 million from the Azuki founder, there was an exploit of over $68,000 as well. So Azuki aren't really having a good time right now. Let's continue with today's cryptocurrency news and see what else is going on here. Huobi patches a data breach that could have caused the greatest theft in cryptocurrency history. So Huobi is a Seychelles-based cryptocurrency exchange, and they've patched a data breach that have put customers' funds at risk since June 2021. Now, thankfully, no hacker and black hat hacker has managed to find this bug and exploit it within that time. But you can see that there are huge flaws there. So an attacker who took advantage of Huobi's flaws could have perpetrated the greatest crypto theft in history, and the company has previously boasted of processing more than $1 billion in daily trading volume. So huge concern there. It's great to see that they have solved this issue, but it's again highlighting the issues of centralized exchanges. Always be incredibly careful and try and store your cryptocurrency in the safest way possible. Centralized exchanges aren't seen as one of the safest ways to store your cryptocurrency, but they are great and they have nice user interfaces for new people into the space. So if you've spent a while researching cryptocurrency, you have decided it's something you want to invest into, and then you want to continue your research, I would say the next step is to go to the cryptosavingexpert.com website, go to that guide section and check out the wallet section here so you can learn about the different software and hardware wallets, how to set them up, how to send your cryptocurrency into these wallets and keep your cryptocurrency safe. Let's continue with today's news though. Before we do, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button and make sure to tune in here every single weekday. We do these live streams, so make sure not to miss out on here. Let's see what else is going on. So $149 million in tokens will be unlocked for these 6 cryptocurrencies in July. Now, if you do want to learn more about the tokenomics of cryptocurrency and why articles like this are very important, make sure to go to the course section of cryptosavingexpert.com, and in that section, if my internet is going to work, you can see we have the Crypto 101 courses, and we have a course there on tokenomics. It's this one here. So you can learn about the tokenomics of cryptocurrencies and why they're so important. Here we are seeing that there are major vesting periods ending for DYDX, ApeCoin, Aptos, Immutable X, Axie Infinity, and Optimism, with over $149 million worth of tokens due to enter circulation. So what we are going to see here is dilution for these projects. If you have a market cap of $100 million and then you add another 10% of tokens into circulation, it's going to decrease the value of each token. So we see this over and over again within the cryptocurrency space. You need to be incredibly careful with this. Many people choose to actually trade these periods of time because it can be very, very volatile. So if you are invested in any of these tokens, you would like to learn more about what this means for your holdings, make sure to check out this article and check out that course on the Crypto Saving Expert website. Within the Crypto 101 section, you can learn about tokenomics there. And it only takes, let's see how long this course is. It's only a 20-minute course there as well, and it gives you an in-depth knowledge of that right from the basics there as well. Let's continue with today's news and see what else is going on. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button, and make sure to tune in every single weekday. We have here in the next cryptocurrency news article, we have Bitcoin Depot becomes first crypto ATM operator to debut on the NASDAQ. So shares of Bitcoin Depot more than double in pre-market trading on its NASDAQ debut. So essentially a company that offers 8 Bitcoin ATMs is public and trading on the NASDAQ right now. So you can see here it has ticker symbols BTM and BTMWW, and the move makes Bitcoin Depot the first crypto ATM operator to be listed on a major US stock market. So another stock which is cryptocurrency related, and another stock people may use to get exposure to the cryptocurrency space. We have seen cryptocurrency based companies like this, like mining companies, are very volatile stocks, and their stock prices seem to reflect the movements in Bitcoin. So a lot of people in the traditional financial systems choose to use those cryptocurrency based shares in order to gain exposure to the cryptocurrency industry instead of physically buying cryptocurrency and learning how to store it safely. Now this may change, that we may see a big shift in this when Blackrock and other institutions actually have spot Bitcoin ETFs if those applications are accepted. So we could see a big change there, and that's definitely something I'm keeping a close eye on as well. Let's see what happens here. Kenneth says, I'll watch and see what will happen to DYDX price today, then use that to prepare for APE on the 17th. If those two turns bearish these 2 days, then no one can anticipate a bearish move for the remaining. I would definitely recommend just taking a read of that article and seeing what's in store, and also taking a look at that tokenomics course as well. It's really interesting what's happening there. We see this all the time in cryptocurrency, and this is something that I always look at before choosing to invest in tokens. Again, if you're a long-term holder, it is something to look at always. Let's continue with the next piece of news here. So Belarus seeks to outlaw peer-to-peer crypto transactions to fight illicit finance. So Belarus's Ministry of Internal Affairs is working on legislation banning peer-to-peer transactions, and the move is aimed at curtailing illicit financial flows in the country. None of those words came out of my mouth correctly then. They can put a law against this, making it illegal to exchange cryptocurrencies on a peer-to-peer level. It'll be interesting to see how they are going to regulate this and make sure people in the region are not doing so. Let's continue with the next piece of news here. So Ethereum is on the verge of an explosive breakout, according to Matrixport. So the team at Matrixport believe that something is up with Ethereum, and it could undergo an impressive breakout of between 400 to 500 points, partly due to July being historically bullish for ETH. Now we are on the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, by the way. Ether stayed on the sidelines in June as Bitcoin got all the attention. Let's take a look at this quickly. So let's duplicate this page. Let's take a look at ETH BTC right now. You can see that it has had a strong bounce there. So when this chart is going up, Ethereum is moving to the upside. And when Bitcoin is when Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, this chart moves to the upside. And when Bitcoin is outperforming Ethereum, this chart moves to the downside. Right now, we've seen Ethereum outperform Bitcoin pretty nicely within the last week. But we are seeing that start to slow down slightly following Bitcoin's major breakout. So I won't tease this anymore. Let's take a look at what is going on with the price of Bitcoin today. Before we do, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button, and make sure to tune in every single weekday. You can see here that we have, first of all, got Bitcoin breaking up above that level of resistance. So we've been looking at this level of resistance between the $30,500 level and the $31,000 level. Here on the live streams every single day, we've been pointing this out as a level of resistance. We did get rejected from it multiple times, but yesterday we saw a daily candle close above that level of resistance. So this is looking pretty exciting right now. What we are seeing here is we are seeing a retest of this. So if we manage to close today's daily candle above this level or within this level and then see a nice move to the upside tomorrow, then we've had a confirmation bounce there that this level of resistance has been used as a support, and we can start looking at higher prices. In that scenario, I will be looking at the $31,900 to $32,400 level, but I'm keeping a close eye on that. I'm trying not to get ahead of myself and seeing if we do see that confirmation bounce, but I'm holding out until then. Also on the price of Ethereum, let's take a look at that. Let's pull up the Ethereum chart quickly before we close off today's stream. You can see here, we've seen that nice confirmation bounce that we were waiting for. We have seen some moves to higher prices right now, and taking a look at the $1,992 level and the $2,020 level. This range acting as a level of resistance is something I expect to see within the next couple of days. We also have the $2,118 level and the $2,144 level, which I expect could act as a level of resistance. But overall, things are looking pretty good. Now that we've seen Bitcoin breaking to the upside, if we continue to see strong movements for Bitcoin, I would expect Ethereum to start to see the same movement to the upside, but not on such a big scale. And in that case, I would expect Ethereum Bitcoin to start moving back to the downside for a little bit longer. If Bitcoin continues to start consolidating at this point, then we may see this chart starting to increase again. But we'll have to keep a very close eye on this because it's all pretty interesting stuff what's happening right now. If you have just joined today's stream, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification button. That is all we have for today. So if you've joined, make sure to rewind right back to the beginning. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all back here tomorrow at 11 or 12 a.m. BST time. Thank you very much for watching.